Kirsten Dunst, the girl from Bring It On.
Spider-Man.
Right, yeah.
No.
Yeah, she was
Bring
in
It On. I
Spider-Man.
mean, yeah, she was married, but she was Bring It On first.
Okay. Well,
You misogynist.
That's your favorite? You like Mary Jane Parker?
That's all good.
I've never seen Bring It On, so
Oh, what are you trying to say? That I'm
you're old.
kind of weird. Oh,
You're old.
I thought
You're
you
old.
were going to call me
Balls.
gay for watching a cheerleading movie.
Yeah.
Not gay
That
about
too,
hot chicks
but-
cheerleading. Okay, well, that's the Kirsten Dunst
Anyways,
segment.
We're with
Yes.
you.
All right, get to your.
She's in the new movie Civil War. It's coming out this week. She's doing interviews. She did an interview with Variety magazine. The headline: Kirsten Dunst confronts Civil War hysteria, Hollywood pay gaps, and the media dividing America. She says everything is broken down. During the interview, she says that she's going to vote for Joe Biden, and she actually says, because what choice do I really have? Which, to me, yes, it's print, but when you read that, what would your takeaway be? It's the only choice that I have. Does that mean that she can't vote for Trump, or
RFK.
does it mean that she is stuck voting for Biden and doesn't want to vote for Biden, but she will vote
I think two things could be happening at the same time. I think she's up, bro. Hollywood actor. Name one.
The Rock.
Hollywood actor. One Hollywood actor. No, that has said I am voting for Donald Trump, and they still have their career.
John
ready.
Voight, he's the only one.
John.
What,
he doesn't have a
but
career.
what career
was-
does he
No,
really still have?
Ray Donovan was a huge
Okay.
show
Fair
on
enough.
Showtime while he was still being Trump
Yeah,
supportive,
but-
and they made a movie about it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is right now, and I get you. That's like the old school old guy. Right now, there's no star that's even coming close. And Rob, this happened before we started. The Rock. The Rock says he regrets endorsing Joe Biden in 2020 and will not endorse him in 2024. Notice how he's not going to say Trump. If the word Trump comes out of his mouth, I'm telling you right now, they put up the bat signal for sexual allegations, and they're going to come running. So to your point, I think it's Hollywood, and number two, she's one of those deranged people that thinks everything that's going on right now is okay because nothing is affecting her. There's no illegals raping her. There's no illegals crashing into her fucking car. She's rich as shit. She doesn't care. She has security all the time. Her house is protected. Nothing is going to bother her. So it doesn't surprise me that she's staying with freaking Biden.
Okay. That being said, in the interview, Kirsten Dunst says everything is broken, everything needs to be fixed, and starts crying. So,
She starts crying.
Oh, wow.
yes, she also talks about religion. She's a devout Christian, and which was actually interesting. I read the entire article because I'm not very interested in Kirsten Dunst and her life. I know she married Jesse Plemons, if you know who that is. He was the ginger kid from Breaking Bad. His face looks like he got stung by bees. Like, it really gives hope to any man out there.
He's like a fat red heifer.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is a red heifer.
Gotcha.
And he landed Kirsten Dunst, arguably one of the more attractive women. But it's cool to see her speak out. She said her children are baptized. She believes in the tradition of religion. And so it's good to see somebody that is, out there speaking out about the media, which is what we're going to get to, but also stating that she's not afraid to admit that she's religious and also that things are broken. Crying during the interview. But what I took away from the actual interview the most was the following sentence. Media really stokes it big time. This is Kirsten Dunst criticizing the news media for fueling division in America. She said the media is forcing us to choose a side. Everything's a lot more complicated than that. And Kelly, if you could bring up the next article. This is an article from Axios. This was October of last year, a year before the election. Nope. There it is. Axios. Americans' trust in media plummets to historic low.
Oh, my God.
According to Axios, and again, this is October, a year before we have the next upcoming presidential election, only 29% of Americans trust traditional media outlets. Trust among Democrats dipped from 51% to 35% over time, so they were at a low at 35%. Trust in Republicans even lower, 21% down to 12%. Independent voters' trust in media has also declined from 24% to 18%. Some studies done on the median age of people that still consume major cable news, CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC. The median age of viewers of those networks, what would you guys say that is?
Of
People who still consume traditional news.
75.
60 to 80.
60 plus.
75.
60. You're a little high.
65.
You're okay. 65. They say late 60s to very early 70s, which means that demographic, the people who are consuming news the most, they're dying off. As sad as that is, my parents are in their 70s. I know we've got another, hopefully 20 to 30 good years with them, but they're going to be gone. That's that generation. Who is going to be watching the news in 30 years from now?
Not nobody.
It's gonna be all.
But will it pivot? That's kind of so. There's a few things I want to talk about here. A, is news media dying? If it is, does it make a pivot, and how? Because the way that I find my information is still through traditional news media outlets, but what I've done is instead of just going to one side, I go to both. So for every Fox News that I have as an app on my phone that I look for research, I have an MSNBC. For every Breitbart that I have a CNN. I like to look at both sides of the story, but I wonder, do you guys think news media in 30 years from now, is it still going to be a thing? Is this the future? Is this going to replace that? Or is news going to make a pivot and shift to jump into the digital age? I don't know.
I think there's always going to be, for as long as we have a government that is not for the people, there's always going to be a need for the government to have a mouthpiece for itself. And maybe all the cable networks will be rolled into one, and it'll just become like a state network, like RT in all but name. But I think that's going to happen because I don't know if you've seen the last couple of days, but there's this new talking point that's been rolled out, and everyone's saying it since Hillary said it on Jimmy Fallon, that people say the choice is so bad, they're both old. Well, one guy is old and, he's going to save democracy, and the other guy's old and he has a billion indictments and he's evil and he's whatever, orange. So
get over yourself.
Their new thing is basically get over yourselves. You can only
fuck yourselves. How
like-
about
Yeah,
that?
how about that?
Get over ourselves. The only reason that you have a career, that the Clinton Foundation even exists, is because of the taxpayers, the American voters who voted for your husband. Not even you evil bitch.
Yeah.
They didn't even vote for her for president. They voted for him to become the governor of Arkansas, and then there was a lot of suspicious activity regarding Bill Clinton and Arkansas, Whitewater, and that was kind of her involvement. In fact, there was a lot. Then the early 90s were plagued with scandals for the Clinton administration on Hillary's behalf and her involvement with Whitewater, and then later it became he blew a load on a chick's dress while fingering her with a cigar. Nothing weird about that. And that is the person that sits here on her moral high ground and tells you, the motherfuckers who are paying for that woman to still live somehow, because people still donate to the Clinton Foundation because they're fucking those people are up on that perch and sitting down and telling you,
it's your duty.
Get over yourself.
It's your
Go
duty.
fuck yourself.
Bro,
Empower me, but-
you got the Vinny forehead vein popping
love
out.
it.
Because
Going
that
in.
is so annoying to watch her take that stance that she thinks she's better than you, and you're gonna bitch about it. Well, get over yourself.
She's also in the age demographic that is still watching traditional news media, so make
sure.
of that what you will.
Well, she's and Rob, I love you because
What did you call? You called her the cancer on the Democratic
The
Party.
cancer?
And I absolutely believe
she 100%, and the fact that they
kills
keep
everybody?
well no, besides her, besides exactly, she's a cancer on all different levels, and it's like, bro, as a Democratic Party, learn your lesson, you dumb bitches. Stop wheeling her out. No, and Adam tried to say, it's the women's vote. Nobody likes her. She's just an unlikable piece of flesh with no soul. She has no soul, okay? And I think that can, shift and bring out, they're waiting for the whole Taylor Swift endorsement. But guys, and like you said, if the media, that mainstream old school media is dying out, those people are dying out too, bro.
Can I respond to that question?
Yeah. Go.
I run a news site and a news YouTube channel. We were in a shoestring budget, but the thing is, technology giveth and technology taketh away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are in Telegram. Like, there's groups there, especially when it comes to war and whatever. You have like 300 people all over the world reporting live. They will take a picture. They will have a document. So this big news organization that they used to live from my ad revenue. They used to live from corporate sponsor or whatever, because it's expensive, to have reporters on the ground everywhere, having editors, having everything else. Like, now it can be really cheap, because like everyone has a phone. Like, if someone breaks the story, like for example, we saw the videos from the Shanghai, what was the earthquake this week?
Taiwan.
Yeah, we saw those videos. Like, some of the videos were taken by literally a guy sitting in a pool, and that video got more views and probably was the best report of the news. You can't compete with that speed. It's Impossible.
No, and Vinny showed me a great way to be able to take those videos and repost them on Twitter. So now people like me can see a video that a guy filmed in Taiwan of his pool, save it to my phone, upload it to my Twitter following. Now the 16,000 people that follow me on Twitter from radio shows in Cleveland, Ohio, and Rochester, New York have access to that information. They'll find it other ways as well, but that's the simplistic way of technology.
I know.
And how it's changed.
How do you compete that? You can't.
I think you can by being personality driven, right? Why does Pat's podcast work? Pat is a likable person. He's well-spoken, intelligent. He can go
Great
deep
story.
on topics, a great storyteller. Look at Tucker. What makes Tucker stand out? He is a great
beautiful
investigative
hair.
journalist.
His
He has
laugh.
credibility.
His laugh.
When he giggles, I giggle.
I
It makes
love
me
it.
work. Then you look at people like Don Lemon. Don Lemon tried to make the same move that Tucker Carlson did, the same exact move, and it fell flat.
Thank God.
And he launched with Elon Musk on his, and it got 1 million views. Tucker Carlson then interviews Chris Cuomo. Love Chris Cuomo. Think he's a great talent. Enjoy having him and is working here with Valuetainment. That interview got 24 million views.
Wow.
You have the most interesting person in the world as Don Lemon as your first guest. The guy's putting implants in brains, chips in brains, sending people to Mars, boring tunnels throughout the United States, it wants to make flying cars, and you can only get 1 million views with that
That's not
interview.
good.
And Tucker can have an interview with somebody that is not as high profile as Elon Musk, and he gets 24 times the return on his investment in time with that interview.
Yep.
This forum isn't for everybody, but I think that the independent broadcasters, and I want to play you a clip of somebody who has gone to independent broadcasting and then had to go back because of Apple. Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart covered this story last week, or early this week it broke. We've all seen...
Are we going to see this? Kelly, can we see? Is this a clip?
No, this is the article.
Okay.
Jon Stewart mocks media meltdown over Trump's hog-tied Biden pick. This is from April 2nd, so Monday. Jon Stewart questions the extreme reaction of the media over Donald Trump's posting of a video featuring a pickup truck with an image of a hog-tied Joe Biden. Kelly, if you could please play this clip. This is from The Daily Show, and I'm so glad that Jon Stewart is back to doing this. Even though it's once a week, I think we need somebody like his stature to be able to call bullshit on both sides, and he's doing it. Yeah, he'll criticize Trump, but he'll also criticize Biden, and I think that's important at where we're at today. Here is a clip of Jon Stewart reacting to the media's reaction to the hog-tied image on the truck bed of a New York truck that Donald Trump posted. Thank God for that man, because he's at least able to point out the hypocritical side of both of the media's reporting. Look, Fox isn't perfect. CNN's not perfect. Both sides do it. They pick a stance. You know that when you watch them. But it takes somebody like this to actually be outspoken, and he's a liberal. This is a guy that, Jon Stewart is a liberal, and he is able to call bullshit on MSNBC and CNN. So for me, I think guys like this are going to be the future of news, and it's going to be personality driven. And I think you're looking, and I think that's what scares Fox. I think that's what scares CNN, is that those people who rip and read, they read what's written for them on teleprompters. The days of that type of journalism, it's numbered, and that end is coming very quickly. And this is the forum for the future of news, information, conversation.
Oh, bro, like that morning Joe, I pray every single morning. I'm dead serious. Every morning before my coffee's getting warm, whatever, I get on my hands and my knees and I pray. I ask for guidance. I ask for forgiveness. I pray for everybody here. I pray for the world. Every day, God's my witness. I've been adding to my prayers that they stop shows like Morning Joe, The View, because I genuinely, guys, you think I'm joking? Robbie,
I know, but I'm
it's
glad you're doing
poison.
that. It is.
And by the way, I don't watch Fox. I don't watch none of them. CNN, of The View, all this poison that's just bombarding people. It's not doing anything to help. It's not doing anything to further the needle. And I want to address something. A lot of people, we had a lot of flack, a lot of people messaging me, friends, people, comments, our subscribers, and guys, about the whole Chris Cuomo thing. Let me explain something to you guys. If we don't start talking to people on the other side and start to unite and go through our differences, love them or hate them, having a conversation to realize, because people are realizing it's these people, the them, against us. And unless we start having these conversations, guys, it's going to be one lane going this way, one lane going that way, and these people are laughing their asses off because they got us. And that's the truth. So don't, you guys, welcome this type of content. You guys, the amount of people that were talking shit about Pat hired Cuomo, I'm out. Still got the same amount of viewers live. Same about, go
Yeah,
ahead.
we did. And you know what's really interesting? I watch in the chat, I'm seeing people's position on Chris Cuomo turn. That like people are like, oh, Cuomo actually, I like him.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing that in real time happen. That was the first home team episode that we did with him after the announcement. So you're telling me within 2 hour span, people's time can change. Just imagine if we give them that more regularly, you know, once a month here or there where Chris is joining us, how that time will change, how that opinion will change over time.
Yeah, and he's made mistakes. Guess what? He's made mistakes. So have I. I mean, that, you know, him probably, you know, because he's out there and he was in the freaking public space, had the #1 show for 3 years, way more in your face. And I get it. And guess what? He's apologized to some extent. He has to deal with that on his own. But the guy's a good guy. And I don't like the fact that everybody's like, you know, the hell with that and I'm leaving. It's like, listen, God bless you and keep. But the ones that stayed, I love you guys.